Whatever the adventure, there's a BMW engineered to take it on. The X3 delivers a striking design with agile performance. The 100% electric i4 packed with pure electric energy. Or the plug-in hybrid X5, an impressive, versatile SUV granting full control on every journey. Choose what powers your next adventure during the BMW Road Home Sales Event. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Hurry in for exceptional offers through January 2nd. Visit bmwusa.com for details.
Good evening. Welcome to WSBI, your resource for success podcast program, where you get to meet inspiring women-owned businesses from across the country. And now, for your host, Kimberly McLemore.
All right, good evening and welcome to WSBI, your resource for success podcast program, where you get to meet inspiring entrepreneurs and women-owned businesses from across the country. I am your host, Kimberly McLemore, and CEO and founder of the Women's Small Business Initiative, LLC, and an award-winning author. And welcome to another night of sharing. With us, we have Eric Seropyan. Eric Seropyan has a long history in promoting small businesses online. Eric grew up and lives in the South Bay area, which has been a pleasure. Eric is a SEO and SEM expert and founder of thisismysouthbay.com. Eric's expertise is unique in that he specializes in both international and hyperlocal SEO, helping founders, entrepreneurs, business leaders, and small business owners make sense of searchability and marketing on the web. So without further ado, please help me welcome to my platform, Eric Seropyan. Hey, Eric, how are you?
Hello. Thank you for having me, Kimberly. I'm well.
Well, it's been a pleasure, and I'm just glad that we finally are getting this done this evening, and excited to learn more about who you are and all the things that you're doing with your business and how you're helping others. But before we go down that path, Eric, why don't you tell my listeners just a little bit more about who you are?
Who I am? Well, I own a digital marketing agency called This Is My South Bay. South Bay is a part of Los Angeles that I've grown up in, that I reside in. And I use this, our website and our social media as almost like a case study for building an online community. And online community can be geo-targeted. It could be within a particular interest. And so our specialty is in optimizing businesses for to get ranked from Google and Yahoo and Bing.
Okay. All right. So let's backtrack a little bit and let's talk a little bit more about who you are personally. Have you lived in the South Bay area all your life?
Pretty much my whole life, between Redondo Beach and Manhattan Beach and Palos Verdes. I've in those suburbs there in the South Bay area. And back in the day, I used to be a jewelry designer. Owned a business in downtown LA in the jewelry district. Mm-hmm. And we would be selling to jewelry stores. It was mostly business to business. And when the Great Recession happened, a lot of the jewelry stores started going out of business. A lot of it was moving online. Mm-hmm. And so I started to throw myself into marketing to figure out a way to be able to sell more business to consumer and to sell online. And as I fell into digital marketing, I really took to this thing called search engine optimization. Mm-hmm. And so while, that kind of changed the trajectory of the business because, there's no substitute for that free traffic coming in from Google. Right. For prospects that are looking for what you have to offer. And so as our business took off again, I was doing some consulting just for fun for friends and family for their businesses. Mm-hmm. And then eventually I started to do some consulting on the side, charging some fees to do the campaigns for businesses. And at some point I decided, you know what, I can monetize this. I love what I do, and let me do this full time. And that's when I opened up my agency.
Wow. Well, it's amazing how you went from, like I said, being involved in jewelry and then realized once the recession came and that things had to be done a little differently so that you can continue to maintain yourself and be seen. And it's thinking about even back then versus how it is now, having to go through the pandemic and how many people had the issue of not knowing how to pivot and move forward. Because some of those businesses, even though they might have been popular, they don't always use that SEO. They don't always have a website and all that type of stuff. So what do you do with those type of clients? And have you had some of those type of clientele within the last year and a half who had those issues that they just weren't prepared for something like the pandemic?
Well, I don't think that anybody was really prepared for what we all have gone through over the last 18 months or so.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like, if you have your business closed up, for instance, I have some businesses that are just local businesses. When the government decided that you can't go to restaurants or you can't go to certain businesses, they just sat there idle until, things were safer for everybody.
Right.
And so as things picked up again, you have to do different kinds of marketing to try to get people's attention. Back in the day, maybe 30 years ago or even 20 years ago, locally here in Los Angeles, I would advertise in the Los Angeles Times. Now with Google and Yahoo and Bing and,
Mm-hmm.
Facebook and everything, I feel like people have kind of gone away from that kind of marketing to online. Like if you have, you need a mechanic, your car broke down, you go straight to a search engine and you Google it. And you
Right.
try to see if there's a mechanic nearby that can come and tow you and repair your car. And so I feel like the things have changed drastically. I don't think it's going to go back. I think we're just going to continue going forward in this realm. And it's good for small businesses to be able to, start their digital marketing campaigns because it takes time to get, to get traction. It's not something that just happens overnight.
Exactly. So what do you do with those individuals who don't have an actual website? How does their business still get the opportunity to be seen through using SEO?
Well, if you don't have a website, it's difficult to get optimized in the search engines.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have, a website to be able to do your marketing. Now, if you're on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, you don't necessarily need, you don't need a website.
Okay.
But you have to have some kind of funnel that, they can at some point go to a landing page, or at least, you have a phone number there or something to be able to convert those people that are coming in. But on Google, generally, there's, you rank for a particular keyword. Let's say you're sitting in front of your computer and you need an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
And if you type in, personal injury attorney, it has a list of websites that it recommends that you go to. So you have to have, I strongly suggest that, anyone listening to this, that they have a website to be able to compete.
Right. And like I said, even just if it's just a landing page, that's even better than nothing, because at least on that one page, because I know a lot of companies are definitely falling back from having a full website and just doing the landing pages that provide enough information that can at least give that individual who's researching or searching for somebody the information they need to have at that point in time. And like I said, it gives some type of connection. So explain to my listeners what's the difference between SEO and SEM.
So SEO is short for search engine optimization. So if you're on Google, Yahoo, or Bing, or other search engines, if you type in something that you're looking for, you have on the search engine results page, you have the top 2 or 3 websites that come up that are sponsored. They're advertisers. And the bottom of the page, there's 2 or 3 that are advertisers. Now, the middle of the page there's 10 on a page. Those are organically listed there. Mm-hmm. So you can't buy that listing. It's something that Google pairs up the website with the user. So it understands the user and the user intent, and it tries to match it up with a website that it thinks that the user and the website would be a good match. Kind of like playing matchmaker and saying, hey, I think you two should meet. So it gives 10 per page on the organic part. And so, again, you can't buy those positions. It's real estate that's not available for purchase. It's based on the algorithms that Google has to determine, pairing up the two parties. Now, search engine marketing encompasses a number of things. It has to do with everything under SEO. If you're looking for links, the content, the performance, the searching, and also to do with paid ads. So those are, under the umbrella of everything else would be under search engine marketing, as with search engine optimization.
Okay. Yeah. So it's interesting because like I said, when we were kind of talking earlier a little bit that not a lot of people know what the difference is between SEO and SEM. SEO seems to be kind of the standoutish thing that you hear people talk more about when it comes to dealing with their business and their website. So it's always great to have that understanding of the two of them. So give us some insight about what else would you advise to any business when it comes to, getting the business out there in a way where, especially if they're local, but you say you deal with local and international. So how does an individual, depending on that business, how can they reach on the international side as well?
So if we take local as an example, let's say you're selling, let's say you're a restaurant. So it's a local business. You're competing with businesses that are within a radius, and so it could be 2 miles, it could be 20 miles, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And so you have an audience that's within that area, and you have competitors within that area. And so usually when we're talking about local, we're really going after everything as local. If you're going after, let's say it's a French restaurant, you can do French restaurants, for instance, Los Angeles, or you could do French restaurants, Beverly Hills. You could drill down to suburbs of the major cities. So you run a different kind of campaign. You do your links differently. You choose your keywords separately. When you're doing nationwide, let's say you're selling apparel, you can go after more generic keywords and get links from all over. And it's almost an entirely different hat that you have to wear when you're thinking about the two types of campaigns.
Okay. So everything's a little bit of a different process depending on how far you're trying to be, your reach is going to be. So a lot of times I think about SEO, it's really just a different type of formatting of marketing, because I know a lot of times when we're dealing with marketing in business that a lot of times people, when they're in business, they don't really always kind of really know exactly who their target market is. So when I think about SEO, this to me is a really good way of targeting the market that you're really trying to reach, whether it's local or whether it's international. Do you agree with that, or do you think that's two separate entities?
Well, when you're looking for your target market, there's different ways to identify that. Mm-hmm. There's a tool that everyone should have. It's a free tool from Google called Google Analytics. And it literally has everything you need to know about the traffic that's coming into your website. Right. For instance, where they came in from, what was the top landing page, what was the top exit page, did they come in on desktop, mobile, tablet? If they came in on mobile, what device did they use to come in on mobile? And it gives some history and some background on the demographic of people that are coming into your website. Mm-hmm. So it'll give you kind of an idea of your audience. And sometimes you get surprised because, we've had prospects where they think their target market is, something, and it turns out that when we do the analysis, it's a little bit different. So, every business is a little bit different. And with digital marketing, it's a moving target.
Whatever the adventure, there's a BMW engineered to take it on. The X3 delivers a striking design with agile performance. The 100% electric i4 packed with pure electric energy. Or the plug-in hybrid X5, an impressive, versatile SUV granting full control on every journey. Choose what powers your next adventure during the BMW Road Home Sales Event. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Hurry in for exceptional offers through January 2nd. Visit bmwusa.com for details.
When you work in tech at Cox, you get to do meaningful work every day. You get to be the biker who codes as fast as he rides, crafting advanced tech solutions that transform car buying. Or a guitarist who develops harmonious apps and websites, connecting people to people and businesses, all in real time. A savvy soccer mom running solution sets as passionately as she runs gameplays. Be the super secret keeper, designing cybersecurity systems to protect private data and websites. A planet protector, expanding EV battery life and inventing more ways to build a better future for all. When you work in tech at Cox, you get to do career-defining work that solves the greatest problems of our time. Join us and connect to work that improves lives, including yours. Learn more about our family of businesses at cox.career/tech.
The audience is changing and the trends are changing, everything's changing. So it's good to have these reporting platforms to be able to keep track of what's happening.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Things are definitely changing consistently. So to be able to understand your target market is very important. And the analytics side is always important. And so when you have a very new business person, they're just kind of getting up off the ground, give the listeners a kind of a step-by-step process of how you get them up and going.
Sure. So let's say we have a prospect. And what we want to do, first of all, is we want to do a keyword analysis on their website. We want to see what keywords they're ranked for already. And what are the keywords that they would love to rank for. And so we want to lock in on, if someone's sitting in front of Google, what do they type to find them? Mm-hmm. And we want to be very clear on, the keywords that they would love to rank for. We don't want to go through all this effort for a keyword that they're going to rank for and get traffic to their website that it's not important to them. So it's a lot of work to get ranked. Might as well, identify the keywords that are going to, make a difference in the bottom line of a company. And so once we identify the keyword research for the company, we usually ask for 5 to 15 direct competitors. And we run reports on those competitors to see which keywords their competitors are ranked for. And we put together a report and, we want to understand which keywords that the prospect wants to rank for. Now, after that, we have a meeting with the clients to advise them on certain keywords that we suggest. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to have very relevant keywords for the client. But also we want higher search volume and lower competition level on the keywords. Mm-hmm. So back in the day, to give you an example, a mistake that I made was that I went after the keyword jewelry. And so when I had my jewelry business, so jewelry covers, are we looking to sell jewelry? Are we looking to buy jewelry, appraise it, repair it? Like, what are we doing here? Mm-hmm. And is it a bracelet, a necklace, a diamond, a sapphire, 100 different subcategories of that. And so, first of all, the odds of a small business like ours getting ranked for the keyword jewelry or gold is very difficult. Mm-hmm. And on the off chance that we get ranked for that keyword, what are the odds it's going to be exactly what we're looking to sell under the umbrella of jewelry? So the example that I always give is we had a keyword, men's diamond platinum wedding band. And so that search maybe has a couple hundred searches a month coming through. But if you rank on the top page for that, you're going to get a percentage of those people that search for that to come to your website, and you're going to have a much higher conversion rate. And so, we go after keywords that, are a long tail keyword, more than 2 or 3 words to describe the keyword.
Mm-hmm.
And, we go after very specific, so that we don't need tens of thousands of visitors to a website to make a sale. We're going after very fine traffic that is exactly what our client, specializes in.
Right.
And so that's where we come in and we say, okay, this keyword, even though it would be great to rank for it, we're not there yet because there's so much competition for that keyword. But here's a keyword that's similar to that, and it has way less competition for it. We can start off with this keyword. And then when they land on that particular page, then we can take them to whatever page we want after that.
Yeah, I like that, because I'm sitting up here thinking as you were talking how you were using that example on jewelry. That's a very good example, and it's similar to, I'm thinking of how we have a lot of coaches. So when you were talking about a business coach, it's like, okay, well, what type of coach are you talking about? There could be millions of them out there. And so how do you find a way to stand out so that you can be at the top of the line, so to speak? So, your example is absolutely important for people to understand when they're coming into business, that you have to have some specific ways so that you can be searched easily versus having to be in the big pool that you probably will never be found in. So that's very interesting. So Eric, give us some advice to anybody who is new coming in business. And of course, we all know that coming in business is always something that we work hard at, and it can be hard to figure out what we need to do, and especially in something on SEO and SEM, because there are a lot of people who don't believe that these things are necessary. They always feel that, hey, I'm in business and I'm doing good. People can find me because I'm doing all these other things on social media and so forth. What other advice would you give a new entrepreneur coming into business?
This holiday, BMW has reunited 3 members of the family at the BMW Road Home Sales event. The Agile X3, engineered for any adventure. The plug-in hybrid X5, commanding the streets with unmatched presence. And the all-electric i4, charging into the future with impeccable performance. Hurry in to find what powers your journey at the BMW Road Home Sales event. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Visit Valley BMW Center today for attractive lease and finance offers.
When you work in tech at Cox, you get to do meaningful work every day. You get to be the biker who codes as fast as he rides, crafting advanced tech solutions that transform car buying, or a guitarist who develops harmonious apps and websites, connecting people to people and businesses, all in real time. A savvy soccer mom running solution sets as passionately as she runs gameplays. Be the super secret keeper, designing cybersecurity systems to protect private data and websites. A planet protector, expanding EV battery life and inventing more ways to build a better future for all. When you work in tech at Cox, you get to do career-defining work that solves the greatest problems of our time. Join us and connect to work that improves lives, including yours. Learn more about our family of businesses at cox.career/tech.
Well, when it comes to, I don't think that I have to sell anybody on, digital marketing and the power that Google, Yahoo, Bing, Facebook, Instagram, these platforms have. Mm-hmm. A lot of traffic is going through these platforms. And if you can utilize these platforms to give you consistent leads and to give you consistent traffic to your website, it'll make a big difference in your business. Now, the thing to consider is, let's say, for example, Google. If you're looking to get ranked for a particular keyword, probably Google has a website that they're ranked for that keyword. So you have to jump ahead of that website. And that takes time. It's not something that you can just spin up a website and just Google's going to start to give you traffic overnight. Mm-hmm. It's something that is earned, certain things that you need to do, show consistency. It's kind of like life, you don't just suddenly, pick up a tennis racket and become a professional tennis player.
Right.
Just like anything else, you have to keep working at it. And at some point, since Google is somewhat vouching for you when it ranks you in, especially on the top pages. Wants to make sure that you are, a legitimate business, and that that Google's not going to look bad by referring its traffic over to a website that the user has a bad experience.
Right.
Now, the big thing with Google, the secret to their success, has been that Google has been very user-centric, meaning that it wants to think about the user first. Many other search engines before them have been advertiser-centric, and they've tried to sell ads and generate revenue from the get-go.
Right.
And so Google has thought, you know what, if I have users and they're happy and they keep coming back, the advertisers will find us. And that's exactly what's happened. So what happens is when you go to Google and you search for something, and then when you go from Google to the website and you have a bad user experience, generally we don't even remember the website that we went to. We remember that Google sent us there.
Right.
So that's why Google is very protective of sending traffic from its website out to other websites. So it wants to make sure that your website is up to snuff, that it doesn't take 10 seconds to load, that when you think you're going to a particular website, it redirects you to another website, and things like that. So that's why you have to make sure your reviews are online, your website is online, and certain things are within certain parameters to have a chance to be getting that traffic from Google.
Okay. I have a quick question. Have you ever had a client or found that some clients just don't have good websites and it makes it more difficult for those to get that traffic to them?
Of course. All the time.
Yeah, well, because that's funny because, like I said, a lot of people are, they're kind of gearing to not wanting to have websites, but I think this is a great part of the conversation to have because people really need to understand what it means to truly have a good website. So what is your expertise on what it means to have a good website?
Well, I'm going to stay away from the design aspect of it. I think that, everyone's taste is different, and, companies have their logos and their color schemes and things like that.
Right.
What I look for is to make sure that, like I said earlier, the website loads quickly. Nothing bothers us as a user more than sitting there and staring at the screen or staring at our phone while the page is loading. We're spoiled. We want it to load quickly. We want to make sure that there aren't any broken links on the website. Sometimes you go to websites where you go a couple of pages into the website and then you backspace and the page is expired.
Okay.
Things like that where you want to make sure that it's a good user experience within the user journey of the website. And so I just try to make sure that, you're able to navigate the website properly, easily, and that, things are tagged correctly, and that, we're not having all these pop-ups come up and just certain things that Google is looking for. Other than that, whether they want to make their logo a particular color or size or whatever, that's their decision, obviously. We just want to make sure that we're not upsetting, the search engine with some of the things that the client wants.
Yeah, that's good insight because, I just had her thinking as I'm listening to you that that's always the big thing about having a website. It's always about the branding. It's usually always about the look and the feel and so forth. And that's all important. But, when you're talking about search engine optimization and you're trying to get people to come to get that traffic to that website, I always try to figure out what else is more important beyond just the look and feel of it. So thank you for that clarification, because I think it's important that those who are coming in business have a clear understanding that having a website is important, and the way you built it is even more important, that everything works properly and everything is done legally, properly, and all of those things that sometimes you just don't really think about. And that is the purpose of having things done and outsourced to the appropriate people. So, for those who are in business and you're listening to this, always understand if building a website is not what you're supposed to be doing, then don't do it. As I tell people, stay in your lane, okay? You be the expert at what you are in what you're not an expert at, make sure that you bring on the appropriate people to do so. So Eric, we are definitely getting close to the end of the show, but I want to ask you how people can reach out to you so that they can connect with you, and if they can use your services, please tell us how we can find you.
Sure. If they can go to thisismysouthbay.com, and if you go there, there's a template, or there's something you could fill out there, your email address and your email address and your website, and we'll send you a free report on what keywords that website is ranked for, so you can kind of get an idea the ranking status for the website. And if anybody has any questions on SEO strategies or best practices, or just wants to pick my brain, there's a book now button. They can book a 15-minute free consultation, and both things are free.
All right. Well, excellent. Eric, it has been such a pleasure having you on and you explaining the differences and how important it is to get this done for your website so that people can actually get their real traffic, that organic traffic. And that's the key word, organic here. And I liked how you talk about everything takes time, because we do live in a world of instant gratification. So it's kind of hard, for some people to realize that you have to earn this, So I love how you explained all of that. And again, like I said, it's been such a pleasure. Do you have any last words for our listeners this evening?
Well, like you said, you have to have your expectations at a particular space. Keep in mind that search engine optimization is the long game. I found that over time, it overtakes, most of the other campaigns that you might be doing online. Mm-hmm. But you just have to put in the time. In the meantime, keep doing whatever else you're doing, and you can repurpose the content that you're doing for your social media, or doing, whatever you're doing, you can repurpose it for your SEO campaign until you start to build up a budget for your SEO campaign on its own.
All right. Again, like I said, thank you so much, Eric, for your time this evening. It has been a pleasure having the opportunity to chat with you. And I know you're very busy, so this is a great, like I said, information. And before we close tonight's show, I hope you all learn the importance of searchability while promoting your small business online. Very, very important. And I'm using these words because this is exactly what Eric does. This is his expertise. And if you need that help, if you can't reach out to him directly, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. We'll get you connected, because having your business set up for SEO and SEM, I think, is important. And so for those who are dreaming about starting a business, make sure that you add this part as the list of your dreams of getting accomplished, because it's important to make sure that you realize that everything takes time, but at the same time, you can still have a very successful business. And if you would like to reach out to me to have that discussion about getting your business started, you can contact me at Kimberly at WSBILC@gmail.com, and let's chat about those dreams so we can turn those dreams into goals. And of course, if you want more of your resource for success, you can donate to support our podcast at any time. We have a Cash App that's available, which will be in the information. But you also can go to the website at www.wsbilc.com to do your donation as well. And again, we'd like to thank you all for listening to us tonight. We will be back next week with more amazing guests, and be sure to follow us on iHeartRadio or wherever you listen to your podcasts. But until then, enjoy the rest of your evening, and good night.
Good night, everyone. We will be back next Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Follow us on Spreaker, www.spreaker.com/user/WSBI. View our new WSBI website anytime at www.wsbillc.com and on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram.
This holiday, BMW has reunited 3 members of the family at the BMW Road Home Sales event. The Agile X3, engineered for any adventure. The plug-in hybrid X5, commanding the streets with unmatched presence. And the all-electric i4, charging into the future with impeccable performance. Hurry in to find what powers your journey at the BMW Road Home Sales event. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Visit Valley BMW Center today for attractive lease and finance offers.
When you work in tech at Cox, you get to do meaningful work every day. You get to be the biker who codes as fast as he rides, crafting advanced tech solutions that transform car buying, or a guitarist who develops harmonious apps and websites, connecting people and businesses, all in real time. A savvy soccer mom running solution sets as passionately as she runs gameplays. Be the super secret keeper, designing cybersecurity systems to protect private data and websites. A planet protector, expanding EV battery life and inventing more ways to build a better future for all. When you work in tech at Cox, you get to do career-defining work that solves the greatest problems of our time. Join us and connect to work that improves lives, including yours. Learn more about our family of businesses at cox.career/tech.